Hey everybody, it's Michelle Vina-Baltsas. I have an announcement. Earlier last week, I had announced that I was doing a intuitive eating workbook club, and I've decided to make a special offer this week. So I want to ask you something first before I get into the details. How many of you have this book, Intuitive Eating? As you see, it's like my Bible. It's very well read, and I have a lot of sticky notes. If a lot of you have said that you have the book, but you've never actually cracked it open, I want you to know that you're not alone, because the majority of my clients said that they've started reading the book and couldn't get all the way through it. I don't want you to feel any shame about that. Sometimes it's a little daunting. It's quite thick, and there's a lot of information here. So a lot of people, hi Deb, a lot of people really get freaked out when they read this book. There's also a lot of clinical data in here, and sometimes it can be a little bit dry, but nonetheless, it's extremely important. I want to ask you, how many people have purchased the Intuitive Eating Workbook? Again, very well read book. I refer to it all the time. And have also never cracked it open. Again, no need to feel shameful, because I cannot tell you how many times I hear that from people. They have the best intentions when they buy these books, either the Intuitive Eating book, what I call my Intuitive Eating Bible, or the Intuitive Eating Workbook. Lots of people buy it, never crack them open. They're on their shelves dusty. Well, this Intuitive Eating Workbook Club is your opportunity to take the book, if you have it, and definitely the workbook, off the shelf. And if you don't have it, you can purchase it very easily through Amazon or Barnes & Noble. And it's your opportunity to crack it open and actually do the exercises. And not just do them, but do them in a guided way, with an expert guiding you, supporting you, in a group that is structured, that is going to provide so much good stuff for you. It's really hard to get through some of these materials on your own, but nonetheless, to do it in a way, especially in the workbook, in a structured, guided way, is super important in terms of improving your intuitive eating skills. Because so many people are at the disadvantage, I will say, of not opening up these books, is that, a lot of people say that they're intuitive eating, but they're still having a lot of issues, like, for example, with binging. They're still having, which is a very clear indication of diet mentality, and that there's still restriction involved. A lot of people are still having a lot of mental restrictions, still feeling a lot of guilt around their food choices. They have difficulty allowing themselves to have rest days from the gym. They feel this guilt about it. They have some fears or discomfort around eating certain foods around certain people, which is not always an indication of diet mentality, but a lot of times it is, because there's shame underneath there oftentimes. Still labeling foods good and bad. All of those types of things are indicators that diet mentality is still present in your life. And to fully embrace intuitive eating for all its beauty, that stuff needs to get kicked to the curb. And it's not easy to do it by yourself. Why is that? Because we are told 24/7, people are labeling foods good, bad. We hear all the time in the media, there's like a new food that's being vilified. It's usually carbohydrates or sugar. All those things, the story. So I really wanted to create a safe place where people could go and actually work through the exercises in this fantastic book, guide you through each of the steps. And by the way, you don't have to have read the Intuitive Eating book in order to go through the workbook. It helps, but it's not essential. So if you're new to intuitive eating, or if you are new or read parts of the book, or just read a few blog posts and you're curious about it, you can absolutely benefit from being in this group, because you will be guided, and again, you will go through each of the principles. We are going to tear them apart, and I am going to have a weekly call at the beginning of each week that will talk about the nuances of each of the principles, because even though they're very carefully detailed in the book, it's not the same as actually living it and implementing it. So through my personal experience and through my coaching experience with my clients that I've been doing since 2013, I will tell you all of the, in quotes, pitfalls that people fall into, all the mind games that people start to play with themselves. So it's a really, really important to have that extra support and guidance. So you're going to get, why would you want to join something like this? Because it's structured, and because every week we're going to, again, go through the nuances of each of the principles. But knowing that you have a place to go every week and there's some structure there really makes a difference, because I know myself, before I was really into this work, I would start so many different types of workbooks with the best intentions and just never get it done. So here you can do it at your, at your own pace. We will be doing a principle a week, but you'll know that you have a safe place to land. You don't have to do every single exercise in the book, but guess what? Even if you don't, you'll still benefit. And that is the beauty of doing the workbook. So there'll be consistency, there'll be, weekly self-care in that you'll have a place to go, you can listen to the videos, that's all self-care, okay? We will have, you'll get your questions answered. If you've been doing this for a little while, you can ask some of the more challenging questions about some of the deeper nuances. If you're brand new to this work, you can ask newbie questions. Any level is okay. Your questions will be answered. No question is ever too stupid, or I don't ever want you to feel like you can't ask something. Everybody starts in the beginning. Even more seasoned intuitive eaters still have questions, so it'll be a safe, non-judgmental space for you to be able to ask the questions that you need and to lend support to others if you're more experienced. So you'll have accountability, you'll have clarity, you'll have direction, you will have, again, the advantage of gaining knowledge and from other people's experience, including my own. So that really helps in order to grow your practice and your experience. So again, it's going to be about 11 weeks, because I'm going to open the group about a week early just for meet and greets, so people can start, chatting and see where we all are. We'll have some nice introductions, and then we'll start on Wednesday, March 6th. So I'm really excited because I've made this super, super affordable, because I understand that a lot of people are strapped for money. I totally get that. But I also understand that people really want support, and they deserve support, because it really sucks being a prisoner of diet culture. And I did it for literally decades. And my life has completely transformed since I have been following intuitive eating. And that's really been since like 2013-ish, around there, 2013, 2014. And I started on my own, and I really just felt like I was not fully embracing it. I still had the guilt. I still had a lot of stress around eating. And I didn't want to live like that. I lived like that for too many years. I wasted too many years of my life. I got support, and it made all the difference. So when I tell you that support makes a difference, I'm telling you from a place of, I did it, I reached into my pocket, and it was one of the best investments I ever made. This is a relatively small investment for a lot of time. It's for 10 weeks of support and coaching. You can't beat that. So I really hope that you will consider joining us. If you don't have the book, the only additional cost would be the Intuitive Eating Workbook, which you can, I think it's under $20, if I'm not mistaken. I will drop a link after this video, and so you can order the book. We already have some people signed up. But the best part of this is that because I am so enthusiastic about this, which you all know I am, and I am so genuine in my intentions to spread this message and really continue to take down diet culture and get more women to a place where they feel they have a space, where they can be comfortable in their bodies, and where they can spread this goodness around, because it spreads. Really, all this good stuff spreads. I am dropping the price from $97 for an individual to $87, but only through Friday. Actually, it's Saturday morning at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. So if you purchase through 12 p.m. on Friday, you will get a reduced price of $87. And again, that's 10 weeks of support. Live videos, Q&A, Great stuff. Plus, knowing me, I'll throw in other resources just because that's what I do. So please consider joining us. It's going to be great. I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward to you newbies. Like I said, newbies, seasoned, everybody's welcome. I don't want anyone to feel that, oh, I don't know enough, or I know so much. You can always gain skills. Always. I'm still gaining skills, and I've been at this a long time, and I constantly am training, and I'm still learning more about myself and about ways to improve my practice. We never arrive, ladies. We never arrive. We're always improving, and that's the good news. So join us. Again, the $87 price is only good through Friday at 12 p.m. I really hope that you'll consider joining. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put a question in the comment. If you want to speak to me privately, you're more than welcome to private message me. I don't want you to feel like you're intruding on my space, because you're not. Not everyone is going to be, I want to make sure that everybody is on the same page. So I am asking that people reach out to me and let me know like where they are, because this course is not, or this workbook group is not suitable for someone who is being treated currently for an eating disorder. This is for someone who is already has never had an eating disorder perhaps, or is through that stage if they've had an eating disorder problem. So this is not for someone who's in the midst of an eating disorder. So I do need to make sure, I need to screen for that. It's very, very important that that we understand that. So again, I'm done. I will put all the links below to the information page so you can get more information about more of the details, and also the Intuitive Eating Workbook link from Amazon. And again, price increases again on Saturday at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time. Join us. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.